live. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning, guys.
We are Danielle and Gina. We're here from Be Boss Girl to chat with you again this morning. We're so happy to be with you as always. We're waiting for some things on Facebook to actually cycle through and do what they're supposed to. Always takes a minute.
Facebook to do its job.
Yes, Facebook. Come on, let's go. You can do it. I know you can. I'm awake and doing stuff you can too. So we are here with you. Geez, Sharon is right on the ball. Good morning, she says. Already.
Good morning.
Good morning, Sharon. You can do it. Okay. We can do the stuff you can do. Goofy Facebook, I cannot get it to do what I want it to do this morning. There we go. Okay, so how is yes, Sharon noticed. Gina, you're all dialed up. Gina did get up early. So I'm going to tell y'all, I was sick yesterday. So I did not work hardly at all yesterday. I was on a little bit here and there with my team, but I spent most of the day napping because I was feeling lousy. My husband came home early from work because he was feeling lousy. So we basically slept all day. I just got up, I'm awake and I got a shower and I feel better this morning. So I'm not as together as Gina this morning.
I am this live show.
I don't see your pearls, Gina.
I actually don't wear pearls. I have them, but I don't wear them.
I have pearls too. I think I've worn them twice to weddings or something like that.
Yeah. So, but I'm trying very hard to I used to get up at 5:30 in the morning and had this whole massive fantastic morning routine. And then for all of 2019, I basically haven't been doing it. So now I'm trying to work my way back up to it. And this morning I actually was able to I got up begrudgingly. And now I'm just slowly working my way back to what I need to do. It's ridiculous, you guys. It's really funny. I'll be a zombie by noon. I'll be what happened today? I'm ready to take a nap.
Yeah, I get that. So, Sandra's joining us this morning because she has a day off of work. Yeah, our weather really has been pretty crappy lately. We have not had sun in 47 days.
Oh my God.
Well, yes, virtual pearls are always there in case they need to be clutched.
That is exactly right. Every good Southern woman has invisible pearls to clutch. Trust me.
Always, always, always. I'm sharing this everywhere. This takes a minute. It drives me nuts that this isn't a quick and easy thing. I wish I could have somebody else do it for me, but I can't because of how it works. So weird. Someday I will figure this out to make this easier.
Facebook is finicky.
It is super finicky. Okay. Cool. I have shared everywhere. Woohoo!
Woohoo, everybody. The masses can find us now.
Okay, so somebody asked me yesterday. So our morning not anything to do with business question this morning was, Danielle, your office is very pink. Why is your office pink? So I am going to actually move my camera a little bit so you guys can actually see a whole wall behind me. Actually, I can leave it like that. So my branding is the purple, and we needed something that the purple would stand out on, and all of my things would stand out on in the wall behind me. And we tried white, and white washed me out in videos. I am very olive skinned. So the reason why my office is pink is because the pink actually tones that down. And yes, I talked to a photographer. I actually have 2 professional photographers in my family. So we actually chose this color for the purple, and so that I didn't look so washed out in video. That's why my office is pink. I actually love it. My husband hates it. The Barbie doll pink is annoying to most people, but I love it.
It's your aesthetic.
Yes. And I really do love it. And everything on my desk is purple or pink or whatever. So, and 90% of what I wear is purple or pink. So that's why Sharon says, I saw today we have a blue sky and sunshine alert. We do not still, Sharon. We're still going to get rainy, crappy weather today. However, it's going to be 60s and not 30s like it was yesterday. So yesterday at one point I looked at the temperature, it was 32. So we were just barely above, not snow. It was nasty. I'm sick of this. I need sun. I really need sun. So that's our morning crazy question today. I'm turning my heat on again because I'm kind of cold, ladies. And we have a whole list of questions, but I want to ask Sharon and Sandra if they have any questions for us this morning first before we dive in. Sharon actually contributed to this long list of questions. She was in our Slack chat yesterday. Or maybe it was Friday. I don't remember. She had a ton of questions for me. She's like, oh, you should answer these live on the show. Sharon is a font of all kinds of questions because she's just getting started in her own business. So she has tons and tons of questions right now for us, which is awesome. I love it, love it, love it, love it. Thank you, Sharon. One of her first questions, since nobody's asking any questions right now, is how much time is good for engaging on Instagram each day? So 15 minutes before you post and 15 minutes after. So once you're established on Instagram, you could change it to about 15 minutes total, a little bit before, a little bit after. You want to be watching through a bunch of stories. You want to be engaging, liking, and commenting on your people that you want to follow you back. Not necessarily your followers. Yes, you want to go through your own feed and do that a little bit, but you want to go out and comment on people that you're not following. Comments are 5 words or more, not emojis. Just engage. It's really about engagement. That's how you're going to grow your page. So Sandra's asking, a business page versus a group page on Facebook with all the new changes, what is best for a virtual assistant business? You need a business page. Your first priority on Facebook is having a Facebook business page. You can't have a group unless you have a Facebook business page. So that kind of gives you a little bit of an idea.
When did they change that?
It's not that long ago. You have to have both. Because you have to tie your group to a business page. It has to be tied.
Gotcha.
That's interesting. So Sharon is telling us about an app called Video Shop. Apparently allows you to upload horizontal videos and gives you vertical videos. I have heard of it. I never used it because I just shoot vertical for Instagram. However, that's handy so that you could reuse like YouTube videos and things like that. So I guess that makes sense, but not tried to do that before. So back to the business page. So Sandra, when you're starting out, building a group is not a super simple and easy thing to do. So you definitely, a business page is easier to get followers to. Once you start getting followers on your business page and you build up quite a bit. So I am speaking from experience. I had a group that I actually got rid of a while back. That didn't serve me anymore. And I grew that group to 2,800 people, I think is what it was at when I got rid of it. So I did that through building that through the business page and then working on building the group. You really need a good established business page. Right now, Be Boss Girl has its own Facebook group, Strong Limitless Boss Girl. And we are just starting to build that, but in June, mostly in June, it will start to build pretty quickly when we get going. Good morning, Desiree. There's a face I didn't expect to see this morning.
Good morning.
So Desiree, awesome. If you need somebody writing content for you, blog posts, she is an amazing ghostwriter. She's the other one that has written quite a bit of my blog posts. So between Desiree and Brittany Moffitt, I have really amazing content that I didn't have to write. And the nice thing about the two of them is you don't know the difference between when I'm writing and when they're writing, which is it makes me look that much better. So that's the reason for the Facebook business page versus the group. Starting a group, you're not going to get any followers right away. It's not worth your time and effort. And it is a pretty big time need. Building a group really takes a lot of time, a lot of interaction on your behalf. I mean, we're lucky we have an Allison, so Allison's going to be doing that for us, but that's something that you've got to be pretty careful with and very intentional with. So Desiree says, good morning to us. Okay, so on to other questions. I'm trying to read through this because it's just All kinds of questions. Yes, Instagram is better if you post manually. Don't use an auto poster. All of that. That being said, I just purchased Tailwinds, or we just purchased Tailwind to do all of our posting on Instagram for us because we're just so busy that consistency is more important than manual. Because if I'm going to do it manually, it's only getting done every couple days, and I need that consistency. And remember, that's what I said. Unless you are so buried, and as a social media manager for your clients, you should be doing it manually. Period. If you want good results for your clients, you need to be doing it manually. For yourself, if consistency is an issue, get Tailwind. That's just or Buffer. I mean, there's a million of them out there, whichever one you want, but I love Tailwind. Anybody that wants a Tailwind affiliate thing, we have one. I didn't know that we have one, but we have it.
Also should mention that our personal, like our accounts associated with our business, you can't even count them with one hand anymore.
No.
So, yeah. So that's another reason why we had to get something.
So for our Instagram alone, we have DG Marketing, we have Strong Limitless Boss Girl, we have RBB Morning Show, we have Be Boss Girl, which is two different things. The Strong Limitless Boss Girl will probably be renamed to reflect the membership when we're ready to do that. And then I have Rockstar CEO, which is very, very important for growing our DG Marketing and our Be Boss Girl stuff. And I because I am my own brand and I have been for years, I have 7,000+ followers over there that interact with me. And I need to make sure that that stays consistent in order to help beat the other ones. So it really, really is important for us. That's just 5. And that does not include the partnership brands that I have to start managing now, which is another 4 accounts. That's 9 accounts that I have to manage by myself. That's why we're going to Tailwind, because I can't do them all. 2 of the accounts I'm going to be managing, that's part of all of our partnership stuff, will be done manually because they literally have 0 followers right now. They were just opened. So I will be doing them manually until we're about 250 followers. And then I will put them on auto posting as well, because I can't keep up with it all. I'm only one person. Good morning, Carla. Carla, anybody who sees pictures on my own personal Facebook page, especially pictures of me and my husband or out at gigs and things like that. Miss Carla is an amazing photographer here in our area. And I actually need to talk to her about doing a brand shoot. That would be fun to do with her. Do another fairy rock star shoot with her.
Good morning, Carla.
Sharon's asking, what would you say to someone setting up their IG account for a new business? So if you're setting up an IG account for a new business, the first thing is make sure your profile is fully filled out, like completely and fully filled out. Have a link to your website or even to your Facebook page. That link doesn't necessarily have to be a website if you don't have one yet, but make sure it's there. That's super, super, super important. Make sure that it's fully filled out. Make sure it's a business account. I know that there's a lot of information out there about having the personal and business, and we went over that one of those shows. I don't remember which show it was. And make sure that that is a business account. And make sure that you're consistently posting. It's all about consistency. And go follow, comment on other people's accounts. Follow somebody who has similar customers. She wants to, so Sharon says, like for my business, I don't have IG set up yet. I want to go live, but don't know what value to offer. For your go lives, just talk about who you are. The most important things to post about on anything, your blog, your social media, everything is who, what, where, when, why, how. Those are your tenets for starting out when you're starting everything. Who are you? Personal, who are you, and who are you as a business? What do you offer? What do you do? Your services. Talk about each of your services and focus on them one at a time. Why you do what you do, whether it's because you want to support other business owners, because you want to earn money, whatever that why is, post about it. Do behind the scenes of what software you love. I mean, it's all comes down to what you learned in 4th grade, and journaling is who, what, where, when, why, and how. Super easy. Super, super, super easy. Going live, talk about those things. You can absolutely do that. I will tell you, I don't go live on Instagram very often. Okay. I think I've done it once because I forget. I mean, honestly, that I only have so many hours in my day and I just don't have enough time. I need to get better about that. However, I don't have enough time. So I'll get there again. At one point I was doing that. Oh man. And my original Instagram feed, when they first opened that up, which makes me feel old, even though it wasn't that long ago. I think I was going live once or twice a day. And so it really does help drive traffic going live. We all know that going live on Facebook does the same thing, follows over to IG. So do that as often as possible, but it doesn't have to be complicated. Don't keep everything simple. And this is something I think I repeated about 900 times yesterday to about 50 different people. Keep things simple. Don't make it overly complicated. You don't have to have this huge posting strategy. It doesn't have to be super crazy. Just make it simple. So somebody asked me questions, and this might be in your long list, Sharon, but I'm not saying it, about Facebook ads and what's some criteria for getting to the point of a Facebook ad. You can use a Facebook ad. There's boosting and Facebook ads. Boosting is only good for getting people to like your page. That's the only thing it's going to be good for on Facebook. But that can be super important when you're first starting out. So boosting a post that's getting pretty decent engagement so you can get other people to like your page is great. Nothing wrong with that. But an ad is going to draw people to your website or to what you're selling. So you need to be really prepared before you start doing ads. Don't just draw people to your Facebook page and don't give them something else to do. You need to draw them into a freebie, into a sales offer or something like that. Don't just wait until you're fully prepared and everything's set up, is I guess what I'm saying. What size audience? The size of your audience means diddly squat when it comes to ads. Just make sure you have something to offer them in your ad. You don't just want an ad to get an exposure. That's dumb. You got to offer them something because you're not going to get the exposure doing that for ads. And I've told people this a million times, and I have people hire me to do ads for a while that's all they wanted, and it's a waste of time. Just don't do it. Post consistently. I mean, growing your Facebook page, it's daily. Facebook only likes once a day posts. You could post more than once a day. Don't go too crazy though, because you'll annoy your followers, but post consistently, whatever that is. And that's the same thing across all social media. I think I talk about that way too often sometimes. Consistency. No, size of audience, meaning how many people are already following you. Don't target a huge for an ad itself. Don't target like this long, huge amount. Targeting like 150,000 people, Sharon, in an ad is actually not, unless you already have a decent sized audience and you're sure that 150,000 target audience is exactly what you're looking for, don't go that big. I highly encourage people to get very specific with their ads at first. Hyper target, so that maybe you're only targeting 5,000 to 6,000 people. There's nothing wrong with that. Especially put tiny amounts on things like that. Make sure that audience is your right audience. I mean, we can guess on our audiences all day long. And until you start testing out ads, you're not going to nail that down greatly. So you always do some test ads. And I did one for a corporate client 3 months ago, something like that. And we did 25 test ads. And each of them had less than 10,000 people that we targeted to figure out exactly where our audience was and where the best place was to target and where we wanted to do things. And that's what we did at first. So doing ads, unless you are an ad strategist, do not offer that to your clients. VAs fail constantly at doing ads for people when they don't know exactly what they're doing. Facebook ads is a skill that you really need to spend some time learning. Don't just offer that until you've really learned it. I've been doing it forever and a day, and I hate them with a passion, just so everybody knows. I don't offer them anymore because I hate doing them. ads, drawing people to links on Facebook. No, ads are good for drawing people to your website, selling an item, things like that. Boosting is drawing people to your Facebook page. But ads, you're selling something through an ad, and that's what the ad is for. Don't do an ad for anything other than selling a specific something, whatever that is, or giving away a freebie to draw them into buying something. So there's multiple stages to do that, but you have to offer something in an ad. And we have somebody named Megan on this morning. Good morning, Megan.
Good morning, Megan.
I don't know who you are, but hello. Okay, so I have another question. Does anybody else have any questions before I dive into something else? Maybe not. So somebody was asking me questions about hiring an experienced ghostwriter, content marketer person. So this is a perfect one if we have Desiree on. Desiree may be able to add some more to this. She is a ghostwriter herself, this person, and she is in her 7th year, but she's having a hard time being able to expand her business and being able to trust hiring somebody. Good morning, Kara. And she wants to build a business, but she's having a hard time and she didn't know quite how to go about it. So I started talking about systems and why it was super important to make sure that you have systems and processes in place. And she's like, well, I can't just hand things over because it's my name on the line. I'll come back to your question here in a minute, Sharon. And how do you do that? Well, whenever somebody works for your business and you start to outsource and you have an agency, and I've done this in the IT world, I'm now doing it here, there is a reason you have to have extremely solid processes, procedures, everything in place to do this. Gina, how important is that to do that to run a team?
To have processes and procedures in place, like it's critical. You absolutely, like, I mean, how, like, okay, hold up, wait. Snark was coming. Hold up. I don't want to be snarky. I don't want to be snarky. I'm sorry. It comes out sometimes. Basically, okay, well, no, I'm just going to say what I'm going to say, just with a nicer tone. How can you expect the people that are working with you or for you, or however you want to put it, to be able to maintain the same level of excellence and quality of work that you have been giving to your clients if they're not following your process that is unique to your company? Like, you can't. It makes no sense. And then people end up frustrated and all mad, but that's not fair. It's not fair to the contractor that's come in. It's not fair to anybody in your company to not have standard operating procedures, because they build a lane for people, and it also maintains the integrity of your company. Now, granted, it does only go so far. It also, the people that you have in there, that also matters. So like processes, procedures, systems, whatever you want to call them, are not the end all be all to this, but they are a major, major, major component, because it lets the people that are coming in to work with you know what your expectations are for how work is to be done. And there's no question about it. And then also, this is one of my favorite parts, it prevents people from asking you the same stupid question over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. So there are many reasons why processes and systems they're critical to really creating a good culture in your company. You don't want to be resentful of the people that are coming in and doing work for you. You don't want that. That's not a good place to be. And you don't want the resentment to be there because they keep asking you the same question, when all you had to do was write it down in a step-by-step document and record a screen share of you doing it for them to have something to reference. Then nobody's in the dark. So it's very, very, it's really important. To answer your question, it's very important, and you're asking for trouble if you don't have them.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Absolutely. And when you don't have one, I see so many small businesses try to build out and they want the cute, and they want to build a fun environment for everybody they're working with. and they don't want to be mean, and they don't want to have too many rules because then nobody will want to work with them. And think of the quality or lack thereof that you will get when you do that. You really, really need to make sure that you're putting things in place that other people have to follow. Checklists. I mean, and it can be, when you're first starting, as simple as a checklist of steps somebody has to go through. It doesn't necessarily have to be this really complicated thing that you have to do, but part of your process as a business owner is everything has to be audited. And I'm sorry, I love my team. I don't trust y'all for end product. I trust. Okay, let me rephrase that. I trust, but I verify everything.
Which is what's important. So what?
And when you don't verify as an owner or boss, whatever you want to call yourself, you're failing your contractors, you're failing your client, because nobody is perfect. Somebody can have a really, really off day and create crap content, and you need to catch that before the customer sees it.
Yes. So basically what we're saying is when you start bringing contractors in, this is where people screw up. So when they start bringing in contractors, then they think, or, people to outsource work to, they think that they're still supposed to be doing the work that their contractors are doing. And that is wrong. And that's where they screw up, because then they start stepping on toes. Then they turn into control freaks, and it just gets bad. You have to understand that now, since you've brought somebody in to pass this work off onto, they're the owner of that work. So you need to have a process in place where there's a handoff process, and then there is a delivery process that includes buffer for you to audit, because you should have an auditing process. There should be an approval process. There's handoff, do the thing, approve the thing. That is how, that is your progression. And if you approve it and then it gets sent off to the client, the only person that you can blame is yourself, because you're the one that approved it and looked at it. So there's none of this finger pointing victim crap. This is your business, and you should still have your thumb on things, but not in a tyrant way, but in everybody is human, and it helps to have a second set of eyes look at things that somebody did way. And that's what creates a really good collaborative environment instead of a dictatorship.
And it's just, it helps everybody. It really does help everybody. Okay, now Sharon did have another question, and now I'm going back to it. InstaBio, all filled out. What are the specifics of all filled out? So when you look at your profile, you've got your name, your username, your website, your bio should be fully filled out. You can put hashtags, in your bio. Your email should be in there. Your phone number, if you have a phone number you want people contacting you at, that should go in there. Your gender does not have to be filled out, people. You don't have to do that. Your profile photo. Now, when you are a business that is owned by a person, Sharon, you're operating under your own name, or you're operating as you. Even if you have a business name, make sure that your profile picture is you. Now, Be Boss Girl and DG Marketing are not just one person. Our profile pictures are not there. Now, my personal profile, my personal brand is, I think it's a picture of me, or it's my caricature. I'm not sure. It's still a representation of me. Don't be using a logo when you're a solo business owner.
That's just to see your face.
People want to get to know the person behind the business. They don't care what your logo looks like on Instagram. Facebook, you could use that in your banner. You can use that in your thumbnail. That's fine. Well, no, even in your small thumbnail, I would still have that be a personal picture. But your banner, that's where your logo can go. People are working with you, not some random logo. Now, again, for Be Boss Girl, for DG Marketing, we are operating as corporate and operating very differently. So you would expect a logo to be somewhere like that. Okay, I just had a question coming in my Facebook page. Danielle, what does your mug say? My mug says, wake, pray, slay. And Gina's, Gina, you've got to show them what yours says this morning. It's Gina's Southern Sass coming out.
It says classy, sassy,
And a little bit, yeah, a little bit smart, something or other. Gina couldn't resist.
I had to have it. Because it's also the main reason I had to have it is most of you guys don't know, but this pattern, this really honestly very irritating pattern, is like the epitome of like Southern like monogram crap. So I clearly am not a monogram bright person. So that was the other reason why it was so funny.
Yeah, that is a big book. Mine's a little bit small, but so mine currently contains a Red Bull.
Yeah, it is very large. I was like, what am I could swim in this, but I guess, you know, to blow it up appropriately where it could be appropriately read, it needed to be rather large.
So, does anybody have any more questions? Yeah, when you're drinking tea, you do need a large mug. I'll agree. Small mug just doesn't do it. Yeah, I didn't have coffee this morning. My stomach is still not 100%, so I decided coffee probably wasn't in my best interest is my first thing I drank today. So, okay, everybody have an amazing day. As always, rise, become, and be everything that you want in your day. Be successful. Be intentional with your day. So today is Wednesday. Share some wisdom with us below. Share a little bit of your Wednesday wisdom below under the video. We're happy to hear what wisdom you want to share with us today. Have a great day, everybody.